Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger will sit down with the DOJ's special counsel Jack Smith's team for a long-awaited interview tomorrow. The meeting was confirmed to NBC News by Raffensperger's office. It will take place in Atlanta and will reportedly focus on former President Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election. You remember, Trump infamously called Raffensperger and asked him to, quote, find him the number of votes necessary to win Georgia.
I only need 11,000 votes. Fellas, I need 11,000 votes. Give me a break. So, look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have, because we won the state. There's nothing wrong with saying that, that you've recalculated.
Joining us now, Washington Post's Devlin Barrett. He covers national security and law enforcement, and he has new reporting on the Justice Department's investigation of efforts by Donald Trump and his advisors to overturn the 2020 election results. So, Devlin, share with us your reporting this morning.
Well, one of the things we try to explain in this new story is how what people sometimes refer to as Jack Smith's January 6th investigation is actually, a half dozen different prongs of various things they're looking into, including the Georgia piece, including things like fundraising emails. And the reporting today shows they're also asking a lot of questions about ads that the Trump campaign and other Republican groups ran after the election, trying to argue that there was, this massive voter fraud. And what they're really digging into is the fact that a lot of the people involved in putting those ads out knew they were not true.
So, Devlin, where is the special counsel in this investigation? There's so much for our viewers and, frankly, for all of us to sort through at this point. We're focused on the Mar-a-Lago documents because of that tape this morning. But there is this parallel investigation of the events around leading up to January 6th and the attempt to overturn the 2020 election. What is your sense of where that investigation is?
So I think a couple things. One, there's no indication that the January 6th investigation is as far along as the Mar-a-Lago documents case. I also think realistically there are so many prongs of it that it's going to take more time to wrap those up. The other thing to keep in mind about a special counsel is the last two special counsels we've had have both produced lengthy reports, not just about the things they charged, but about the things they didn't charge. So when you talk about a special counsel investigation, you always have to keep in mind that there is a report coming at the end of this that may deal with some of the non-criminal parts of it.
All right, the Washington Post, Devlin Barrett, thanks so much for bringing us your reporting. Much, much more to come on this in the weeks and months ahead. We appreciate it.